Halas, your turn.
Thank you very much, Steph, and good afternoon, everyone. And some of you, welcome back. I see James, I see Ibitsam, I see David Winner, Ben, so welcome back, all of you. It looks like we are getting very close to our next General Assembly session, right? Okay. So, by the way, I have some dates for your diary. The three last high-level events next week for the current session. Next week, the General Assembly will host its three last high-level events for the session. Starting on Monday, 9 September, a high-level plenary meeting will mark the International Day Against Nuclear Tests from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. On 12 September, the President of the General Assembly will host the last informal high-level event, Women in Power, Call to Action, and Women Leaders, Voices for Change and Inclusion, which will take place in the afternoon from 3 p.m. at the ECOSOC chamber. The high-level forum on the culture of peace will be convened by the President of the General Assembly on Friday, 13th September in the morning. This event will also mark the 20th anniversary of the GA Resolution 53/243 on the Declaration and Program of Action on a Culture of Peace. Ms. Maria Fernanda Espinosa will receive His Royal Majesty OTUMFUO OSEI TUTU II, Ashantin, who is the King of the Ashanti people of Ghana. He will deliver the keynote address. Mrs. Espinosa and the Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, will deliver opening remarks. Member states have been invited to make statements at the plenary segment, which will be followed by a panel discussion on the culture of peace, empowering and transforming humanity, which will take place at the Trusteeship Council chamber in the afternoon. On the same day, Mrs. Espinosa will also host a high-level working luncheon, and the PGA considers the forum a unique opportunity to highlight the interconnection between peace and sustainable development for successful action in the last decade of implementation of the SDGs. So you are all invited to follow. And the GA will meet to consider the annual report of the Security Council on 10th September, Monday, in a plenary meeting. In the morning meeting, member states will also discuss some draft resolutions on partnerships for Africa's development and on recommendations made in the report of the SDGs on the causes of conflict in Africa, as well as the promotion of peace and sustainable development in the region. And finally, as you know, the PGA will host her last press conference on 16th September, Monday at 11 a.m., and all correspondents are welcome for this last exchange with the PGA a few hours before she hands over to the next President of the General Assembly, Mr. Tijani Mohamed Bande, and we look forward to seeing you all here on Monday on this very press conference briefing room. And this is all from us. Do you have anything for today? Okay, Linda, how are you? Good to see you.
My question is simply this. Do you know what the plans are for the PGA after she leaves her office next week?
I don't. The answer is I don't. I mean, what I know is that the PGA has a full agenda for the next months. Her agenda is full. I mean, she's speaking in several events and undertaking several engagements. But I guess your question is about a particular post where she's going, her next role, I would say, not post, but the next role. And the answer is no, I don't know. Seeing, and this is now my personal note, so I'm not speaking on behalf of the PGA at this moment, so let me take my hat off. I'm speaking on behalf of myself. On an individual notes, because I saw her work every day throughout this year. And I would say, I mean, my recommendation would be the PJ deserves some days off, a proper holiday, because she has been working very, very hard. But on next role, no. Perhaps it's a good question for the press conference on Monday. Okay, anything else? No? Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Good, thank you very much.